This episode of Scott Bromley's Internet Rabbit Hole is brought to you by Netflix. I know it may be hard to believe, but one man is single-handedly responsible for making everything you loved as a kid terrible. Who is he? Find out in a second. It's Internet Rabbit Hole time! So last night I was watching Voltron on Netflix, A, because it's awesome, and B, because it's fucking Voltron! And that got me thinking about how awesome the toys used to be. So I went over to YouTube and started watching Voltron toy commercials. And then I saw the one commercial for the one Voltron toy I always wanted, but never got. The Voltron Motorized Giant Commander.
The motorized Voltron Giant Commander, new from LJN.
But something struck me about this commercial. The first was that it was being voiced by the Transformers narrator Victor Caroli.
In the days of Megatron, Decepticons developed the art of espionage using cassette technology.
And the second was that this Voltron toy was made by LJN and not Matchbox like the rest of the toy line. Then I remembered that LJN made one of my favorite toy lines as a kid, the WWF Superstars. Though calling the WWF toys action figures was a bit of a stretch. They were more like hard rubber Iron Sheik statues you could throw at your little sister when she wouldn't let you watch Thundercats.
You are nothing! You are 5 years old! We are not watching My Little Pony! We are watching Thundercats! I will take this toy and I will throw at you, I put you in camel clutch, I break your back, and I make you humble! Because I am the Iron Sheik! I am the world champion!
That's how I talked when I was 5. To my sister, who's a twin. And speaking of Thundercats, LJN made those toys too. So that led me over to Wikipedia, where I learned that LJN also made the Indiana Jones toys, Terminator toys, Gremlins toys, Road Rover toys, even Tiger Sharks toys, which would have been like a total rip-off version of the Thundercats if it wasn't actually made by the same exact animation company as Thundercats, Rankin Bass, who also made Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But that's a different story. Back to LJN. Now, according to Wikipedia, in 1985, LJN was acquired by MCA as a way to make video games based on their entertainment properties. And MCA had a lot of valuable entertainment properties. Only problem was, LJN made awesome toys. They made some of the shittiest video games of all time that had little to nothing to do with the movies they were based on. Don't believe me? Let's recap some of the best movie moments of all time that are perfectly recreated in their LJN video game counterparts. Let's start with Back to the Future. I love this movie. I've seen it like 1 billion times. You know what scene's my favorite? The one where Lorraine starts whipping those heart-shaped boxes at Marty in class. You remember that scene, right? Or that one scene in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure when Bill spends an hour collecting pudding cups in a medieval town? Or what about that part in Terminator 2 when Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to John Connor's farmhouse and starts putting time bombs all over the place so he can find a photograph of John Connor? But it wasn't just classic movies like The Karate Kid, Beetlejuice, True Lies, Jaws, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th that got the hatchet treatment from LJN. They also put out wrestling and comic book games too.
That is not Wolverine.
They were kind of like the THQ of the 1980s, which of course led me over to the Wikipedia page for THQ, and oh my god, if this was Raiders of the Lost Ark, my face would be melting right now. Because THQ was founded by the same man who founded LJN.
No! God, please, no! No!
THQ was founded by a guy named Jack Friedman.
Hello.
A couple of years after MCA bought LJN from him. But after reading the Wikipedia article longer, I learned that he left THQ in 1994 to start another company called Jakks Pacific, a toy company. A toy company primarily known for producing WWE wrestling toys and toys based on super popular existing properties like Pokemon, SpongeBob, and Dragon Ball Z. Just like his old company, LJN. But it wasn't just licensed toys that Jakks Pacific was producing. They also made Spynet and pool noodles. So Jack Friedman is responsible for making pools even better than they already were. So in a roundabout way, if it wasn't for Jack Friedman, we never would have had cool toys as a kid, or had to endure hours of torture playing terrible licensed video games. And if you guys want to watch the old episodes of Voltron I talked about earlier in this episode, or listen to Victor Caroli's Transformers narration, you should head on over to Netflix. Netflix lets you stream thousands of movies and television shows to any Netflix-enabled device, like your laptop, phone, or even one of those fancy pants new game consoles. Get a free trial membership and support Rev3 Games at the same time by signing up at netflix.com/Rev3Games. Thanks for traveling with me through this internet rabbit hole. If you dug this video, share it with your friends, and if I missed anything along the way, or you have an idea for a future episode, let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm Scott Bromley saying, don't delete your internet history, because I will come over to your house, and I will print it up, and I will do an episode about it. It'll go something like this. Porno, 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 porno. Google search for porno, 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 porno. YouTube.com/Rev3Games to watch an episode about toys. What is wrong with you?